Hello and welcome to La Rosa Reads. I'm Denise La Rosa, and today I will be reviewing an incredible book by an incredible author. The book is This Boy We Made. I'm so excited to talk about this book that's written by an incredible new author. I absolutely love everything about this book, and I cannot wait for you all to dive in. Yes, I'm going to tell you right now, before I even do the review, you need to pick up this book and we need to talk. The book is This Boy We Made, written by Taylor Harris. First and foremost, can we just press pause on the book review chat and just take a moment to appreciate and love everything about this cover? It is just, I don't even know if I have the right words. I love the color scheme. I love the purple and like the deep pink. I think my favorite part about this cover is the boy. And we're going to be talking about this boy. He is truly such a special human being, and I feel like this cover captures that. If you feel it like in the texture, and if you move the book from side to side, it kind of has this little glittery glow going on. I'm not going to go on and on about the cover because we're here to do a book review and talk about the book. However, there's no way that I could even start without giving a special celebration and shout out to the book cover. So Taylor Harris is the author of this book. Taylor Harris is a writer, and most importantly, she is a mother to an incredible son named Toph. His full name is Christopher. His nickname is Toph. She also has two other children who are daughters. But this book is about Toph and This Boy We Made. The full title is This Boy We Made, a memoir of motherhood, genetics, and facing the unknown. I feel like the title is truly accurate in giving you insight into what the book is going to be about. So Taylor Harris is a mother who had Elliot, a daughter, and then her second child was Christopher, Toph, and then she has a younger daughter, Juliet. When Toph was born, everything was pretty normal. There were some, as far as the pregnancy and the labor goes, the delivery, there were some things here and there. You know how it is if you're a mother where, maybe the head is measuring a little large or maybe his birth weight is a little low. But all in all, Toph was fine, and everything was the typical chaotic life known as motherhood whenever you have two children close in age, as I do. So let's just say that I felt so seen by Taylor Harris. Everything from motherhood, that journey, and personally, on a personal level, her journey with anxiety and how those two things intersect to make her life truly complicated yet beautiful. And so we have Toph here, and a medical emergency came up. I'm not going to give you too many details because I would encourage you to read the book for yourself. But Toph has this episode, if you will, this really strange thing that happens to him. They take him to the hospital, and the doctors, and let me just say, the doctors are incredible because they actually live in Charlottesville, Virginia, and UVA Medical Center. I'm very familiar with that medical center, that hospital, because my aunt, may she rest in peace, who was battling breast cancer, went to UVA for medical treatment, and I have other people I know who have gone to UVA and received incredible care there. And there are very, very knowledgeable, talented, gifted medical teams there. With that being said, this incredible team of doctors really did not know or understand what was going on with Toph. It wasn't an easy diagnosis. There wasn't a diagnosis clearly. And so this was the beginning. She being Taylor Harris, names this the after. She talks a lot about before this episode, this medical episode, and then after. And so she names this moment on as the after. And so this is the beginning of a journey, struggling to uncover what is going on with this boy they made. He's incredible in so many ways. He loves to dance. He says such prolific, profound things. He's like wise beyond his years. And he's truly a blessing and a gift, like all children are. And yet he's a bit of a mystery. They don't know what's going on with him. And so to try to find out what is at the root cause of some of these medical or health ailments that Tophs has, they undergo some genetic testing, and Taylor ends up finding some things out about herself and having to grapple with that, medically speaking, and going on her own medical journey with her own health. And so that's yet another layer. She has her third child and second daughter in the midst of all of this, and everything is a bit chaotic. Her husband, who is incredibly supportive and a pastor, Paul, is really grounding her and grounds the family and is like a voice of comfort, strength, and reason, and he helps her to get through. So as a wife, I loved and appreciated that relationship. And the book really goes in and out of her own childhood, Taylor's own childhood, and her own health journey, and her own discovery of who she is, and this situation with Tophs. And then it also delves into her journey in her relationship with her husband, Paul, how they met because they were students at UVA and ended up planting, a seed and setting roots there with their own family. And so you have more than a book about motherhood and going on a journey with a son who has some health challenges. You have a woman who is going through her own journey. So any woman reading this book, whether you're a mother or not, can connect to the many emotions and ups and downs that Taylor experiences, the romantic side, the relational side between Taylor and her husband, Paul, is really important in this book. You also have, and for me as an educator, this was probably the most gripping and frustrating part of the book. You have two parents who are working through an educational system with a child who has special needs, and how they're advocating and fighting for their son to get the services that he needs and deserves. And I think it's important for me at this point to lift up the fact that they have a Black son. So this is a Black boy that we're talking about in the education system. And so that is a very important element in this book that I think parents of Black boys will really be able to resonate with. You do not have to be a parent, and you don't have to be a parent of a child with special needs to get something from this book. I actually encourage educators to pick up this book. I think one of the most important characteristics of an educator is empathy, and I think it's important for educators to be empathetic towards families. We don't know what is going on in the households of our students. We don't know what's going on in the minds of the family members of our students, or even our own students for that matter. And so this book really helps educators to see what's on the other side of these IEP meetings, what's on the other side of having a son who keeps having accidents in the classroom. And, that can be frustrating for a teacher, but you get to see what's on the other side of that, what families are truly going through. And I think it's very, very, very important for educators to read this book for that reason. You also get inspired. It's not a book that really criticizes educators. It's a very real portrayal, a very real journey. This is a real story. This is a true story. And so there's a wonderful educator that they really talk about being instrumental in Toph's development and the family really being able to journey through this experience. she was amazing. So you get inspired by her. And there were also some little prickly people, you know, educators and administrators. And I think that is worth looking at and worth learning from. You can learn from the good and the not so good. So I really appreciated that. You guys, I really highly encourage you to pick up this book. This was an A. Marie's book club selection for January, and it was not on my radar. She being A. Marie, actually made this her book club selection before the book was released, so I had to pre-order it. I am so grateful that A. Marie chose this book, because I feel like it was a gift, a true gift and blessing for me to read about Tophs, Taylor Harris, and their entire family. So thank you, Taylor, so much for being vulnerable, being real, and sharing your truth, your journey, your story, and your son's story, your family story with us. May it continue to inspire us all, and may you be blessed and your son and your family be blessed. This book is truly a gem. I really hope you pick up this book, and if you do, be sure to let me know what you think. Definitely leave me a comment below. Find me on Instagram at LaRosa Reads. Some of you even text me. You know, let's stay connected and talk about this book. It is so important. It's so enlightening and inspiring, and I can't wait to hear what you think. And don't leave just yet. You can check out this video over here, and I have plenty more where that came from, so keep on watching, and until next time, see you later. Bye.